right, guys, we're about to go live here. Okay, I guess we're live. Let's just share my screen. All right, we are live. This is our first stream. It's kind of like a test for us, guys, so bear with us.
But we're not new to this.
We're going to mute John because he has audio playing in the background.
You know what I hate?
What's that?
Even though I put my password in, I still got to get these texts and all this crazy of the crap just to get into my account. What happened to good old days? You put your username and password in and you was in.
It's called getting old.
No, it's called getting too complicated. I keep telling you, man. Your two-step security is that weak where you have to put that much security on the user.
There he is over there struggling to put in passwords.
Oh, see, he got jokes, y'all. And be right there complaining. And one second later, when his computer go down, whose computer went down for 2 weeks? We're sitting in here in pieces, saying curses the devil ain't heard.
It's so annoying. All right, Carby, you there?
Man, I can't even.
Go ahead, man. I got you on the jumbotron. Go ahead and ask your questions, and then we're going to get to Travis. First, Travis has something to say.
The statue. This is supposed to be the statue for the gate. Yeah.
Hey,
I was wondering your opinions on it.
Hey everyone. I'm sorry I was running a little bit late.
Oh no, you good, man. We're good. This is a test for us tonight anyway, so it's not a big deal.
You know, it's required that you show up now, Travis. We used to you being here now.
No, yeah, I'm gonna definitely.
That looks good. That looks good, Carter.
I'll be the judge. Oh, now if you're gonna put them out there like that, yeah. There I am live. Get this taken down already. Carby, you see what you bring out of me?
Wait, what?
You see what you bring out of me? Straight beast.
I mean, I try my best. Let's go through and try to get something like the, statue of the gate.
Yeah, it looks good. I don't really have any.
Change?
Not really. Because you can use the same exact model for the different poses that you see around. Yeah, is that Zoe? That's Zoe, but Lexi.
Is that my puppy?
All right.
Lexi.
All right, but audience, we are the Lucent Troupe. This is the Lucent Truth, and I guess I should introduce everybody. We put it on the.
You know who I am, because I'm the man.
I don't like their layouts. I gotta design my own layout. I don't like how it looks. Anyway, it's Carbonettes. I am G-Flux the Great, G-Flux the Grand, G-Flux the Magnificent. You got DJ Dave Darko, or Silent Dave down there. Johnny Mozzarella is away changing the diaper of his toddler. And right below is Avidia. And so Travis, did you have anything you wanted to discuss?
I'm trying to think. Recently got to see I've seen a lot of films, but I'm trying to think of I can't think of it. I can't think of the name of the film now. It's crazy.
Did you get a chance to see Ahsoka?
Uh-oh.
What was that again?
So did you get a chance to see Ahsoka?
Here we go, y'all. Audience, buckle up, audience.
I'm curious. He's a real thespian. He's a real.
What movie? I didn't catch the name of it.
Ahsoka, the new Star Wars show.
Oh no! I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't seen any of it.
I refuse to watch it.
He says that every week, y'all.
Why? All right.
Well, I think they've killed the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any saving it. And we all know what it leads to. It leads to green titty milk. leads to Jake Skywalker, Ray Palpatine, and I don't like all the feminism that's in it, and the degradation of male characters to prop up
Mm,
female characters. I just want to support it. I want to support it. I think Star Wars is dead. Yo, John, is your mic plugged in? We're getting a lot of audio from the background.
So what?
We're getting a lot of audio from your background. We're getting the TV and
Hold on.
yeah, we can still hear it.
I can still hear it.
Yeah, we hear Zoe loud and clear.
Oh God, hold on. What the heck is going on here? Oh, I think I have this plugged in. Oh, I got this plugged into the wrong one.
Oh, that's
She's
just too
talking now.
cute.
She's definitely
That's
talking
just
now.
too cute.
I can still hear.
Yeah, we can definitely still hear.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you right for right now, John. Just
Yeah,
so
that's
you
fine.
come back on. Cause I actually want to ask Travis about his icon. Yo, Travis, is that icon from that 70s animation? What's it called? Something Planet.
yeah, Planet Fantastic. Yeah. Yes.
Planet what?
Fantastical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I
Yeah, I love
remember.
it.
I remember us, my dad and I. We rented that from the video store once. It was a bit of a treat. We didn't know what to expect. It was pretty out there.
Yeah. I saw it when I was real young, and then I bought it years ago.
Have you ever seen an animation from the 80s called Rock in Rule?
Rocket. Yeah. Yeah.
You've actually seen it? Most people who I asked have never seen it.
Yeah.
I remember I
Yeah.
caught that. I caught it late one night on TNT. I don't know if you remember that channel called TNT.
Yeah.
And it amazed me. I was like, wow. So there was a chance in this country where we could have had an anime like genre, like American anime, like where it was more of a like adult animation, but it just didn't take off for some reason. You had a few things in the 80s and 70s, and then you had heavy metal. I think that came out in the 80s, the anthology animated series, which I really liked when I was a kid. But animation in this country seems to be where they try to relegate it more towards children. Yeah.
But
I think
Go ahead.
Carbon said something interesting. I think last week we was talking, and we might have not even been live. It might have been the next day when he came over. But he said the strategy turned to everything is kind of generated towards young people at a certain age because they pressure, parents and everybody to consume for.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't buy as much. If you made a live action Robotech movie, I'd definitely go to the theater to see it. But I mean, kids buy those toys and they just keep me buying them and buying them. Like when I was a kid into Star Wars, you had to get Vader, you had to get Luke, and Luke came in about 5 set outfits or whatever that you had to keep buying the figure. Han Solo came in maybe 1. Leia came in a couple costumes, then Chewbacca, and C-3PO, then C-3PO that broke apart. All this is $5 a week. Literally, that's probably just about what we would pay for those figures. About $4 or $5. They might have been a little cheaper than that. But every week when we went to the store, I got anywhere close, I gotta get it. If you had very little money, you couldn't get the vehicle. At least I got to get one of these. Let me get another one. And You throw that on top of He-Man is coming out. I gotta get him now. I gotta get him. I must have spent as a child my little chore money or whatever. It just burn it up all the time. So they probably make a killing off of the merchandise that young people buy, where adults only just consume the media, then we're done with it. Like I don't own a Hunter x Hunter anything, but I might see it.
There are adults out there that still collect figures and figurines, but I see what you're saying.
Not like kids though.
Because the way I see what you're saying. The way they make their money off the animation is being able to sell toys. So I get that. Yeah, I think it's a good point. But can you guys see the screen that I'm sharing right now?
Yeah.
This right here is from Rock and Roll. I remember catching this on, like I said, TNT. It was just blown away by it. Like, I mean, watching it again, like I bought the DVD when they finally came out with the DVD. I bought like the double set or whatever. And watching it again, it's not like amazing, but for what I've never seen anything quite like it in American cinema. I mean, it's literally about it takes place like really, really far in the future, and like cats and dogs have like evolved, and other types of animals have evolved into like humanoid figures. So it did the whole furry thing, I think, even before anime. And but essentially, this guy right here, who kind of looks like Mick Jagger, he's trying to summon this demon or something like that using like music. I can't remember his motivation. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I liked it. Yeah. But I've always wanted to see more Americans do more stuff like this. That's original. That's out there. That's interesting. And the animation was pretty good. Like it was on pretty much the same level as of the Disney stuff that was coming out at the time. This right here is the where he had her kind of like, because she could sing really well. I think what's the lady here? Debbie, what's her name? Debbie Harry, is that her name? You know, the 80s rock pop icon.
I know who you're talking about.
She played the voice for her, I think, the singing voice at least. And her singing voice is the thing that would raise the demon. So rock and roll gifts. Debbie Harry, I think is her name. It was pretty cool, man. I even watched like a little documentary they made while they were making the film, and they pioneered some. Now it's probably normal. It's like some kind of camera tracking thing to track some kind of model they did. But look at it. Look at the animation for that. It's not bad. That's probably rotoscope. That still looks really good.
Yeah. Very nice.
I'm surprised no one wanted to ask about my icon.
Here's the demon.
Oh, yours is from isn't it
That same
lost of the land, lost of the land.
Somebody's got class, y'all. Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Original one.
Okay.
And who is this character?
You got me on that one.
His name is Enix, and he is a Sleestack. And what's interesting about his character is he goes through time, right? And he comes upon his people, and they're all primitive. So he thinks he's in the past, but he realizes he's gone like thousands of years into the future, and reptiles have de-evolved. But he's brilliant, but you've seen the show. Watch Land of the Lost, Owen, y'all. It's a lot of good concepts in that show. I think you might not like the special effects all the time, but I think the way it's kind of set up, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a decent show. Most of the stuff is
so
80s.
You're going to know this, Uncle Dave, so you don't say it. I want to know if Travis will guess it. Can you guess what my icon comes from?
I had to look at it good. I mean, I'm going to take my screen now so I don't blur it out.
No, you got me on that one.
Oh,
no.
shame.
Come on, man. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see.
The Last Dragon. Maybe.
Yeah, it's the Last Dragon. The Last Dragon patch.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
I had
okay.
to redraw it though because I couldn't find a high quality version of it. So I had to like redraw it, and it was so blurry I couldn't quite make it out.
That's really neat, man. I wish I had that talent.
Full time to practice.
No.
I'm trying to find where he has the tank top. Here it is, right here, where he has the tank top. I had to like blow up, these pictures right here. But I found an HD quality version of the film on YouTube, and I bought it, and I just took a screenshot to get it. But I think on our Redbubble, because see, there's other patches. Actually, if I go to my Instagram. Yeah, there are other patches. Like almost like he went through like these stages to reach the last dragon. So he had to go through these other dragons, and his master has it like on this like room divider. Let me see if it's still. And you can't make him out. So I made up my own like lore for it. Dang, yeah, here we go, right here. But this right here are the different patches here.
And these are the ones you created yourself?
Well, when I was looking at the video, I used the video as inspiration. So all these patches are on that little room device. Let me see if I can find a room device. Oh yeah, okay, so I do have it. Do I have it? Oh, I guess I don't. So I didn't post it in with the other one. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. See this? Remember the divider?
Yeah.
Had in the room. So the last dragon is the red and yellow one. The top is the empty. Remember, he tells him he has to fill in that void himself. He has to go out into the world and fill that void himself if he wants to become the master, because he had taught him everything that he knew.
Yeah.
So you can see a green one there, a blue one. I think under that one is a pink one. Then there's a yellow one. Then there's a red and yellow one, and there's an empty one. So I made up, my own kind of reasons for each one. So the green one is earth style, strength. The blue one is water style, fluidity. The pink one is air style, formlessness. The red one is fire style, passionless. And the red one is what Shonuff uses. And that's why his hands glow red. See what I'm saying? You got yellow style, lightning, which is speed. And you have the last dragon, which is instinct. So he merges them all. And that's why he was able to catch the arrow without doing it. And that's why his master tells him, okay, you've learned everything I taught you, you've learned. Now you got to go out and be empty again and get the final level, which is the gold symbol or whatever. So yeah, I just kind of made it my own.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm telling you, whoever's writing that sequel, he come talk to us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
God damn it.
Denise Mitchell, she was here in Charleston for a little bit. Matthews, excuse me.
Denise.
Well, Vanity.
She was dead.
Huh? Yeah, she's dead. I mean, before she passed.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
How did she manage that one?
Yeah, she came to Charleston to speak at a church.
I figured that. As far as some church thing. She became like a super Christian.
Yeah.
Travis,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just I have a question for you, man. What do you know about the South Carolina Film Production Fund?
Oh,
is it legit?
Well, yeah, I can tell you what do you want to know? What do you want to? Yes.
Did you try to hook up with them, and did they help you out, or was it a lot of red tape?
No. See, and Brad J, he works at the commission. and I've told Brad a number of times they don't. Well, he took an idea of mine because I said, I was hoping they don't nerd. Well, the commission basically works for productions to try to bring productions into town instead of trying to nurture the talent that they have
The
in
local
the
talent.
town.
Oh, terrible. Here we go
So
again.
that's the reason why I'm not a big fan of the commission. And I met the lady who created it. I can't think of her name right now, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of them. They get like $2-3 million. Last time I remember, and they try to, they give you like 10. I forget the amount now but it's more geared to young filmmakers, not filmmakers like myself. Now they do offer like a tax exempt, but up to $1 million. But you know, you gotta your production has to be $1 million, and when you bring your receipts to them, they'll reimburse you. Instead of trying to.
So they don't help. They don't do any local stuff.
Huh?
They do no local stuff at all.
They do local stuff, but they do. Yeah, it's a film grant. It's just for film shorts. It's not for features.
So you're telling me they got money they give to people to come here and do film, but they won't give that money to people who do film who are already here.
Yeah, pretty much that's what they. Yeah, instead of taking, like, let's say, a filmmaker like like myself, they have I have like a documentary I want to shoot for, like right now I have a documentary that I want to shoot called of Liberty and Bondage, the Christopher Gaston documentary. The budget's a little over 400,000, and if I wanted to go to commission, I can't. They won't help me out because it's not $1 million, and that which is.
Why don't you just go ahead? Why don't you just ramp your production up to $1 million?
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah,
write yourself a bill for $1 million. Go through your house, all the camera you have already, all the film experience you count as education over the last 10 years, and you be like, hey, here's the bill that it took me to get to this point right now. Pay me for what I've done. Yeah, I'll go to them and be like, hey, American Street is done. Here's the receipts. Pay me.
Yeah, and speaking of American Street, when I was trying to make it, I was asking for their assistance, and they really didn't give me any assistance. Then after I made it and it got it got some notoriety, then they started trying to reach out to me, and I was like, dude, when I was reaching out to you before, when I was trying to make it, you weren't trying to help. Now that I already did it, it's stupid. I can't. But yeah.
Could you, since they already kind of know who you are and what you've done, if you wanted to make it a series? No, because you said they only do shorts.
No, listen. I want to make American Street into a series. And I really do. But yeah, I'm not looking out. I'm not looking to the South Carolina Film Commission to help me out.
Yeah,
they're not going to help me. But yeah, but they help out Brad though. I hope this gets out to him.
Is it hard to apply for like their stuff? Like, there's a whole bunch of red tape paperwork that you have to do.
No. I mean, you trying to make a film short?
No. Like that organization.
Yes, I am actually. You want to see my character design? I'm doing a short.
We were talking.
Oh, okay. All right.
By the way, where was I, Travis?
Oh, yeah. You were saying that you were working on something.
That's not what I was saying.
He wants to hear the interesting part. Well, go ahead, Uncle Dave. We can talk about what I'm working on later.
But see, the point I was what I was asking, it relates to us. We could apply for like different grants and things, but sometimes there's so much paperwork And it's like, oh God, I got to do 6 months research to do all this stuff and get all this documentation ready, and then you go, and then you don't get it.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it like that kind of thing?
no, you don't have to write a whole. I mean, you have to write a treatment, but it's not, it's not a lot that you have to write. Like, I can send you a copy of a treatment that but they're asking for it's been years since I applied to them. I know it's like a couple of pages. You have to write a treatment, like a synopsis of what the work is, what your story is going to be about, what medium you're going to choose, a little bio, a little,
Not market
resume.
research based on this. It's supposed to sell this many copies. It's going to generate
No,
none of that stuff.
No.
At least that's not there.
Yeah, at one time, I don't know if they still do, because mind you, this has been years since I applied to the South Carolina Film Commission. They got a portion. Let's say it got picked up. Then I don't know if they still do that, but I don't like the Film Commission. My friend Karen, she won. No, excuse me, not Karen. Her sister Kiva won the film grant, and they just treat us a little bit differently, because they didn't think she had the money because she was African American. But she shot her film. She shot her short.
Wait. So you say they treat us. What exactly do you mean?
Well, at the time that she won the film commission, the film grant, her budget was like, I believe it was like 60,000. It was like 60 or 70,000. And then they had a meeting with her and her sister and Karen. And
Are these black women or white?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And they could, just basically like, you sure you have the money? They were like, yeah, we have the money. I don't understand why you keep asking. They definitely have the money. And she says the whole experience made her feel really bad. Like, wow.
Why do they need the money if they're applying for the money?
Because, like I said, it's not. They don't get. Okay, they have 2 film grants. Two film grants. One for the young kids, where you don't have to pay back. They'll just give you like $10,000. Yeah. And then they have a bigger film grant where you have to come up with the money, and then they'll reimburse you.
Oh, okay, I see.
You follow me?
Yeah. Why even have to? I guess they're trying to. I don't know. Why even go through all that? So if we wanted to do it, it's probably better to do it through Caliph, since he's only how old are you, Caliph? 21, 22?
No, he's probably talking about kids, man. They're gonna give some free money out. I don't think
they talking about high school and starting off college.
Yeah,
like freshman in college.
So when you say young, what do you mean, Travis? Like how young?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's high school. Maybe high school, maybe college. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's been a while. I don't mess with the film commission like that anymore. I know, like I said, I know Brad. I know Brad still works for the. He's a filmmaker. He and I pretty much started at the same time, and is
that the guy that's doing that what's the thing you called the show that they're doing down here?
What show?
There's 2 of them. One was about some creatures, and the other one was like about beach life.
Oh no, that's the Pate brothers.
Okay.
That's like Jonah's. That's Jonah. I think it's Jonah or Josh, one of the brothers. That's their show. And the other one with the creatures, I don't know.
You said beach. I said beach life. That's some kind of beach life.
Yeah. That's the Jonah. I think he's speaking about. You're talking about the Jonah and Pate, the Pate brothers. Series.
What's their show? What's the series called?
dang, I can't think of the name of. You would you have the IMDb. Look up Jonah or Josh Pate. The Jonah or Josh Pate, and you can pull it up that way. I can't think of the name of the series right now, but
Tony and Josh Peck.
Pate, P-A-T-E,
Oh, my bad. Pate.
yeah, Pate.
Outer Banks.
Outer Banks, yeah, thank you.
I don't know why I thought about the Salt Life people. Not the same, I guess.
The Salt Life people.
Supposed to be some surface or something. People from around here created that saying, Salt Life.
Oh yeah, I know something. A lot of people walk around with that shirt. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they got it on shirts and cars and everything.
Never heard of it. Maybe I've seen it. I recognize it.
Oh, you definitely seen.
But yeah, I mean, if you're serious about doing making a film short, yeah, an animation film short, definitely. Are you needing funding for it?
Well, I'm gonna do it whether I get the funding or not. But funding would be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm interested. I wish I could make AI or something do it, but I'm interested if we looked at all the grants and everything and we just started applying.
Yeah.
Just applying. How much money would it generate, or nothing at all? Would it be worth the effort? Hey, you guys put in the chat in podcast people. If y'all want to see something like that done, y'all consider to we apply or whatever. Okay, this would go work, and then you can like, subscribe, and share. But I'd be interested. I mean, we know a guy. He's an African American. You might have met him. I won't say his name, but he's an African American. He's a business owner. He has an IT company. He's got all these certifications, right? And he's a veteran. But to hear him talk about the red tape and all the stuff that's around trying to get a government contract, that it's like, he's persistent. He keeps writing, but it's like, dude, man, you think they give you something by now? You got all these certifications for your business that's supposed to, if you're a minority, that's supposed to give you one. If you're a veteran, that's supposed to give you something, but
yeah, a lot of that stuff's a joke. Remember we went to the small business bureau or whatever?
Yeah, small business.
That guy was like, all that stuff they say that's out there for Black people, minorities, or people of color, it practically doesn't exist. Or you have to be so specialized in something. Like you want to be a teacher and you want to open like a charter school, you might be able to get something.
Yeah. He said it had to be, you had to fill a need that was already out there. Like South Carolina might need some road work done. Okay, now you an African American business that paves concrete. They might let you bid on that because they need the concrete paved. But if you went to them with your own idea, unless it's something like, okay, I discovered, quantum energy is a breakthrough or something like that, they can't. Everybody pointed straight toward the loans. Even when I sat with the mentors, you guys, they laugh at that story all the time, but I went and I didn't pay, but someone else paid for me to go. Somewhere deep in Mount Pleasant to hear some angels talk about, who they give their money to and stuff like that. And, they were going around the room and they were, people asking questions, and I raised my hand and he kind of ignored me. And it was like, okay, well, I put my hand down. And then it went on. When I raised my hand again, I got ignored again. And I was like, motherfucker. That's how I kind of felt, But it had that kind of feel in the atmosphere, And one of the basic things they told us, they was like, if you're still proving the concept and you don't have demand for your product, he said that money should be coming out your pocket. And when you figure out that it's sale, then we'll step in. and then we'll accelerate what you already have.
Yeah.
But if you don't know if it's going to be or whatever, we don't want to take any risks with you. Or if we do give you a deal, it's going to be so horrible. Like they'll get 90% and you get 10 that you don't even want to mess with it.
Like them 360 deals.
Yeah. But I think, you look at Blair Witch Project. I know, Travis, you could beat something like that, but it gets to your point, Travis, and you made a good point, man. I was listening to Lord Jamar. I'm a big Brand Nubian fan, especially when I was growing up as a teenager. They was talking about how the hip hop get so negative and ruined. How come you guys didn't do a response? And he said, look, when we came out, the record executives didn't know we were putting out this conscious music or whatever, right? So we got a lot of play. But once they figured it out, they switched it to like NWA and stuff like that. We did make response albums to that kind of stuff, but it did not get to play, so you never heard it. Even though he's Lord Jafar, from the Brand New, slow down. That's one of the best albums from hip hop,
Yeah. I agree. I just think because I want y'all to, because I'm trying to, I'm starting to get, I'm going after big clients, big businesses who, but I need people like with your talent to be able to draw and create and stuff like that in the visual arts. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we just gotta mash up and put together.
What was the name of that project again? Say it one more time for the fans.
Well, it's it's two things. I really would, I think y'all would really be helpful for, if you're interested. Is putting together this like animation for that's dealing with history, because I know like nonprofits, like historic, these nonprofits that deal with history, they need people to create content, to illustrate the stories that they, that are just written. You follow me?
Yeah.
So, and I think, that way, because I was thinking about putting together a proposal for a grant. So, try to, for a company, for for all of us to be able to create that content, so we can actually tell the stories, to illustrate these stories here in Charleston. You follow me? And because I'm hearing these people who are getting grants for 1.3, 1.2 million, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Where's this money coming from? That's the thing that gets me. I hear everyone, oh, it's terrible things, there's no money, such and such and such, and then money just everywhere just comes out of nowhere. Ukraine, you name it. All of a sudden, when they decide they're gonna make some new whatever, or Elon Musk got a new rocket, and all this money comes up from somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's plenty of money it's plenty of money around here. It's a lot of money here in Charleston. It really is. What's unfortunately what happens is they play keep away, and if you're not in their loop, or you're not in their their friends list, then you won't see it. And if you do, you'll see a small portion of it. So that's the thing. We're still dealing with a good old boy system. I'm not, but now things are slowly but surely starting to change, because now that we have this internet, there's so much transparency. Before the internet, if you didn't know, then you wouldn't have heard of it. But now, if a person hears about it, they will share it with someone else, and that person will blast it on the internet or social media, and everyone gets into the know. So that's where we're at right now. So, but it's plenty of money here. There's plenty of money here. But, and I'm supposed to. I met. I'm supposed to meet this guy next week. I met him last night. He was talking about Boeing, because Boeing is throwing up putting a lot of money behind these candidates. So right now I've been doing a lot of campaign work. So
do you think? I'm curious because I was listening to some guys talk about Republicans and Democrats, and right now there's kind of like a split between a certain level of black men, not all black men, but there's a certain level of black men who are somewhat educated, or at least they're politically educated, even if they don't have formal education. And there are some black men who are like, damn the Democrats, I'll do everything in my power to hurt them and to make them come to the table. And then there's other black men who are like, look, man, the Democrats aren't perfect, but we need to keep working with them because there are some sort of like tangential things that we get from liberal advancement, even though we don't probably get as much as we probably should, considering how much black men have actually bled for this country in many different ways, right? Do you think if Democrats ran this state that there would be more for black people, black men in particular?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so, because most of them are not for a lot of Democrats are not for reparations or anything close to something to that. So no, no, I don't think so. Because you got Clyburn. Clyburn's not for reparations. Who else? Yeah, that's the only one I can think of right now, Clyburn. But yeah, that's the only. And I know Tim. I know Tim Scott. I've known Tim for a while, and and I'm surprised that he's running for mayor, not mayor, excuse me, for the presidency. Unfortunately, he's not going to win for the most part.
He's a Republican, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a Republican. I don't know, but no. To answer your question, no, I don't see Democrats things changing. Democrats were in control.
That's why I'm more on the. There's a quote from Doom. It's not in the last movie, but I think it might be the next movie where Paul Atreides, he says, the power to destroy your thing is to have absolute control over it. And I think the context was he had the power to destroy spice production, which would halt all interstellar travel in the universe in his story, in that story, right? Because what he could do was he could like flood something with water, and it would cause the worms to die. I can't remember exactly, but he had the power to do that. So even though he was outnumbered, outgunned, outmanned, all the emperor, he had way more military might and riches at his disposal. One act from him and the other Fremen could literally stop the entire universal empire from functioning. And in my opinion, black men are in that position right now in this country. We're in that position, but we're so tied to the Democrats and so tied to, in my opinion, gynocratic politics we still have this idea that when we vote, we're voting for the entire community, and there's other Black and brown people who aren't thinking like that. They're getting what they can get for themselves, and they're using our energy to do it. And I think it's time for Black men to put an end to that, even though I think it might hurt us. And what I mean by hurt us is that, yeah, they're going to turn off some of the little goodies that you get. But in the long run, if we play our cards right, we can get so much more. I think if we took a different route other than perpetually just keep voting for Democrats over and over again, to the point where our vote doesn't even really matter. That's why they can do things like, well, yeah, here's Kamala Harris. See, we did something for you.
Yeah.
Or here's this little this funding that's going to go to HBCUs that are filled with immigrants and really non-Black people. There's a lot of white people that go to HBCUs. So
Yeah.
So I think we need to really reevaluate our role in liberal advancement, because it doesn't really advance us. Everyone uses our energy to get what they need for themselves, whereas Black people, Black men in particular, don't get nothing. Practically nothing.
I agree. I mean, I try to focus. I definitely try to focus my energies towards local government and what I can do to contribute to moving that needle for the most part, because of course that's closest to us, and I feel that we could reap a lot more that way instead of trying to focus on national. I think like this race that's coming up, that's on the 5th, on September 5th, is going to be huge. I have my friend Wendell is going to run for a Senate seat.
His name is Wendell.
Huh?
Wendell.
Yeah, Wendell Gilliard.
Oh, he's a Gilliard.
Yeah, he's a Gilliard.
That name, I mean, that name, it's pretty big down here. Like, I've heard it so many, like, even when I went to church downtown with my mom, you would always hear that name, Gilliard.
Yeah. So
he's Wendell Gilliard.
His Barbara Gilliard has the same name. You remember we met her?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, I knew somebody in Grandma's church that had the same name.
It's a couple. Yeah, it's a couple. But I know that Barbara Gilliard was like, what? Like the super educator for the state a long time ago.
Yeah.
Supposed to be like almost the person in charge of the education or something in South Carolina, something like that.
Well,
I think it's Dr. Barbara Gilliard, I think. Y'all Google her.
Yeah.
Stop me from lying in here.
Well, now, since Marlon Kimpson got his job in D.C. working for the president, he's opened up his seat. So they're having a special election on the 5th, Wendell's running for it because he's a state representative. And, I don't know if you seen all these billboards with J.A. Moore on him. But he's got a lot of money being thrown behind him because, these companies are after, these companies are trying to put a candidate who is not for unions, like Boeing and stuff like that. So they're throwing all this money behind him because he's not for unions, to try to stop that, because they don't want their employees to unionize and stuff. So, yeah, there's plenty of money out here. A lot of money out here, people. And that's pretty neat, man. Yeah, you have to make something for me. That's pretty. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, Caleb's killing it, man. He's got really good.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Caleb.
Carbon.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, okay.
What's up?
No.
We're looking at your work.
We're looking at your art.
I don't know. You guys are looking at me. I'm trying to. I think I'm checking my character weeks. I'm trying to.
How do you know we're not looking at you and you shared your screen?
No, I did just to
I
kind
think
of
it
do
was
it.
my screen, yeah.
'Cause I was
Oh,
writing
so
it.
you could share our screen without us knowing you sharing our screen.
Well, he had his stuff working, so I shared
I
it.
know, so yeah.
Gotcha. So if you're telling me when I'm looking at this Amazon here, which movie I'm watching
Well,
tonight?
you haven't shared your screen, so
Oh, so and that's what I'm asking. As long as I still have consent, where I can say no. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll be honest, y'all. I was over here paying the rent. Paid the light bill, a couple things, put a couple things in Chat GPT. I'm loving this Chat GPT thing, man. I've had so much fun with it.
It's a good program. I understand it. It has a lot of downsides, but there are some benefits.
Cool, man. When I was like, writing code, even though the coding languages they do the same thing, how you type it out is different. And Visual Basics, like VBA for the code that runs Excel, I was writing this program, and you can just use the bracket. You kind of see when you do Java or Python or something like that where the code is, where it's missing, but because VBA looks so different. I had to literally get on Chat GPT and say, please give me an example of a nested if statement and then copy it out of that and put it in the code and then write code around it. But it was useful. So I didn't have to search for 1,000 pages to get the best answer.
that's what I see it as, like just a more advanced search engine.
Yeah, but when you say, okay, now write me a resume for a Publix to be Publix manager. Or
It's still basically an advanced search engine. It just compiles the data for you.
That's the important part, though. The search engine. When you search, you pull up a page of data, right? We pull up a name, Benjamin Franklin, and we say do an essay on it. It has to still choose key parts. It just doesn't spit the whole page back out at you. So how does it know?
Oh yeah, depending on what version you're using, some it's actually biased. There is some bias in ChatGPT. There's a way to make it not biased at all. So if you program, there's certain biases that are in it. It's going to say certain things or you ask certain questions. So
Yeah, I know, because I remember when Dr. T. Hassan Johnson and Dr. Green Gorilla, Dr. Gigi, they both used ChatGPT to write and ask ChatGPT to write a paper on sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? I just bought his book, like anti-black male misandry. It's the book right here, guys. You can see it. You can see it. This whole thing cost me $50. But and instead of writing a book, or instead of writing an article that was sympathetic to black men, it basically wrote some feminist tripe. So there's definitely, that's what I say, it's an advanced search engine, because there aren't enough black men writing stuff like this, especially online. It doesn't have enough data from a black male perspective to choose from. It's going to choose from what women have been writing for the last 60 years about black men. So it comes up with some really misandric points of view. They say the same thing about facial recognition too when it comes to AI.
And I'm glad. I'm definitely glad you said that, and that is the reason why that was my argument in my grant pitch. Is that very reason, because we need to create more content that is visual and and also print, because this is a gaping missing hole when it comes to African American perspective and history and stuff like that. So they don't know where to pull from. So yeah,
I think it's deliberate. I think they're doing it on purpose.
Oh yeah, it's definitely deliberate. If you ask ChatGPT, what do you think about reparations? Do you feel that African Americans should get reparations?
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a middle of the road answer.
Yeah.
It won't take a side.
Yeah, because it's just not enough people with our voices writing articles. And I mean, you have the ADOS movement, and you got the FBA. I don't think Yvette and Tone do a lot of writing. Tariq, he writes books, but it's not reparation specific. You know, it's more about history and stuff like that. No, I think his last book he did touch on reparations in one of his chapters. I don't know how digital it was. I don't know if ChatGPT can crawl it. And even if it could, there's so many other articles out there that's, like you said, either middle of the road or against it. You know, so that's what it's going to pull from. It's pulling from the preponderance of articles that's pointing in one direction, and that's what we're facing. And it's just like, dang, man, it really is an uphill battle, man. And like I said, I think it's done on purpose. You know, and I've noticed that a lot lately when it comes to. It's almost like it's almost like it's almost like it's a bad thing to even mention anything. Like you can't even say black. Like for instance, right? We just had that massacre down in Florida where that white supremacists just went and killed a whole bunch of people, and even the black people who were supposed to be advocating for us wouldn't say the word black. And they were being very general about what happened instead of just saying what actually happened. You know, crazy white supremacists murdered some black people. You know, so it's almost like white fragility has taken over. Like this, you know, don't make us feel ashamed. So don't even bring it up. When you do bring it up, be very general about it. Include everybody. You know, and that's kind of where we're at right now. And I don't see it any better, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Well,
What was that?
Okay.
Oh, oh, nothing. I'm just.
I thought he borged out because I heard you say and then it cut off.
Yeah, he said he agreed. I'm curious though, Travis. What's the history thing you were talking about?
Because I'm gonna have to tune out.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna be much longer. I just want to get pick his brain about what he was talking about.
Oh, well, basically, you know, like I said, I'm trying to raise this money through this grant. Not just because I'm gonna definitely need all of your help. Because they, you know, I get approached all the time from different organizations about, I won't say all the time, but to visualize or to capture interviews and, you know, shoot documentaries and stuff like that. So I'm trying to at least get this grant, hopefully, because like I said, I see these other people that I know getting 1.2, 1.3 million dollars. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So we can definitely do some damage with that amount of money, you know, and you know, because they're literally not doing anything with their money, you know. So I just think you know, the argument that I put in the grant pitch was what you were just speaking about how AI, if we don't add any content or from an African American's perspective, visually and in print, we're not lacking so much in print, but digitally, because everything is visual, and we don't have a lot of visual content.
I think we are lacking. I think we are lacking in print. And the reason why I say that is because Black history, the Black zeitgeist has taken a decidedly intersectional, feminist direction. It's going in that direction.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just white supremacy in a black coat. Like, okay, yeah, they white feminists. They push their ideology through Black feminism, and it has permeated the culture now. So even in print, I don't even think we have that. like I said, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, he just wrote this. You know what I'm saying? And if you listen to him, he talks about how it's very hard for a black man in academia to speak freely. You know what I'm saying? Without either losing his job, his reputation, or funding, to speak freely about issues that he has. He's an Africana studies. He's an Africana studies professor. And he was like, as he was going through the process, he was basically being groomed to be a black male feminist. And then when he started having reservations about some of their philosophies, a lot of which aren't backed up by any kind of empirical data, he started getting a lot of pushback. And it's just now gotten to the point now where, because of social media, people like him and a few other black male scholars can actually speak freely about certain things that they have reservations with. So I don't even think we have that. I don't think we have print. I think if you ask ChatGPT to write something up about the state of black consciousness right now, you basically get a BLM, Black Lives Matter, we're against the nuclear family type of, we're communists. And I don't have anything against socialism or anything like that, but that's what you would get. I don't think you would get something that uplifts all black people. You would get intersectional tripe. So I don't even think we have print, and I think that's on purpose too. I think white liberal media, they target those people specifically and boost them up.
I agree. But I'm gonna have to cut it short because I have to go and take care of this little one diaper.
All right, man. Thanks, Travis, man. Thanks for coming up.
No problem. Yeah, just hit me up when y'all do it again.
Yeah, let us know, man. Whenever you're ready to do this history thing, we'll put our stuff to the side to make it happen.
Okay, great, man. All right, y'all have a great night.
Oh, you too, man.
All
right, Carmen. Looks like it's just me and you.
It sucks everybody else left.
Huh?
Sucks everybody else left.
You said what?
I said it sucks that everybody else left.
No, it's like this was a test anyway. It seems to have gone pretty well. It's not as organized as our previous things that we were doing, but this will give me more time, so I don't have to sit there and be editing and making thumbnails. Like I spent all day yesterday editing videos, making thumbnails. It's just too much. I can't do this and try to do some of the other things I'm doing. So I think streaming like this, showing what we're working on while actually working on it, I think is a good compromise. And then, like I said, we'll do the special pre-recorded thing once a month. The basic Freeform Friday, or we'll have a particular subject like how we've been doing before, that type of thing. What do you think about that?
It sounds okay to me.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
I like doing this more anyway. Like this podcast.
Yeah, because we can actually work.
I'm always kind of bored me personally during the podcast, so I prefer this anyway. I have to get to work because most of the time during the podcast I'd be working anyway, and I have to pay attention to whatever's going on screen anyway. So for me, this is better in my opinion.
I agree. But is there anything that you wanted to ask me or talk about before I bounce out of here?
I mean, I'm just trying to work on this head, because when I'm trying to make a character, I'll get the body will be way easier in the head. I'm trying to figure out how stylized I want to make the head, because if I look at the original concept, she's like really stylized. And I'm trying to make a blend kind of between this one and this one.
Looks like you're playing it by eye. You don't have a turnaround?
There's no turnaround of her character. There's no proper concept or anything, Like,
why can't you just edit it in Photoshop and make your own?
What do you mean?
I mean, you got an image right there where she's looking straight forward. Well, not quite straight forward. She's on a quarter angle.
I mean, I guess I could use it.
No, what I'm saying is you could take it and man, it'd be interesting if you could take it into AI and say, hey, do me a turnaround of this character.
You saw what happens when I haven't tried AI recently, but it can kind of do it roughly, but not as good as I want.
I don't know. I've seen some people do some pretty amazing stuff with that. Yeah, I guess they have to go through a lot of iterations to get what they want.
Yeah. I mean, this head's not bad, but it's not perfect either.
Her eyes look bigger in the drawing.
Yeah, her eyes are definitely way bigger than this.
But all right, we're going to end it here. This is our first stream, first test stream. No one came to see what we were doing. That's all right. That is okay, you bastards. That is all right. Let me see if it's actually working. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's definitely working. Yeah, I'm literally watching you on YouTube. That's pretty cool. The cool thing too is we can design how we want our layout to look like and add overlays.
And the only hard part about this character is making her freaking hair, dude, because he's got like a monster in her hair.
She's got
Making
what
this
in her
thing fix it. Wait, you already into the thing already?
No, I haven't ended it yet.
Yeah, she's got like a monster in her hair. Like,
Oh, okay.
Evil creature.
Tentacles, whatever.
Yeah. Making that's gonna be the hardest part.
Yeah.
This will be fun, but you know, I have an idea of how I'm gonna make it. And
Where is she from? Is she from the Skullgirls?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, we'll end it here. Thanks, nobody, for showing up, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll have to grow our audience. But yeah, I'm going to end it here in broadcast.
Well, I'm just gonna keep working on my character, I guess.